Hello and welcome back to Doom for episode 3, mission 4, House of Pain. This is one of my favourite levels in the original Doom. Let's collect these rockets here at the beginning. Take care of those two. Several demons roaming around. Some on the right there. I think there's going to be one more on the left too. Oh, he's not seen us yet. We'll leave them be, and we'll go into this room. So this is also one of my favourite songs in Doom playing. Now on this far wall here, we have a shotgun behind the mismatched wall texture. It's not a secret though. Let's go into the left room now, get this guy's attention. Now in the next room there's going to be cacodemons both in front and behind, so I'm going to switch to the rocket launchers to take them out fairly quickly. Try and dodge their projectiles. You don't have a lot of room to maneuver with the floor being pools of blood. Let's go back to our shotgun now. And I'm going to switch to the chain gun before I switch to step through this teleporter. Now the teleporter is going to take us into a kind of rear window into the next room, which is filled with enemies. So it's a bit of a vantage point. However, the room itself we're going to go into has got specters in it, so I'll switch to the chain gun just to keep them suppressed. Prevent them from doing any damage to me. Alright, and like I said, we now have a line of sight into the next room. Let's switch to our rocket launchers to take them out. Okay, once they're dead, go back through the teleporter, open up the door, and they're all there. Pick up that mega armor as well as a berserk pack. Almost started singing Slick Rick there. Open up the door and guess who we saw. Anyway, to the chain gun. Try and get that explosive barrel in the distance there before I get surrounded by enemies. Weaken a few of them, kill several others. I think it's just the one cacodemon here. Oh, perfectly timed demon, thank you for that. I think the demon might actually win that one at this rate. Where's that shotgun gone? Right. Yes, nice one. There he is. Okay, now, there is a pair of large suspended pillars in the air here. I'm going to carefully move around the edges of the map here, not to get too close to either of them. And you'll see the platforms are now raised. However, as soon as I run through this area, underneath any of them, the pillars are going to start descending. So I need to make sure I grab all of them fairly quickly. Let's actually go around the edge here and hit this last switch, which is going to open the door ahead. You do need to do that to progress. Switch to our BFG, pick up that invulnerability, and come around here and open fire. That's one lot done, and that's the second lot. Back to the shotgun here, and move on with the rest of the level. We have a line of sight into some sort of torture dungeon over here. Can't see it very well with invulnerability on. I'll have another look in a second. Switch to our chain gun here actually. Come on, down you go. There we go. Another window here, but be careful because as soon as you approach it, there's everyone behind you is going to be shotguns first. I'll change weapon, but never mind. Just stay with the chain gun. Back to the shotgun now. Yeah, look at this, all those bodies there hanging from their legs and their necks. Brutal. Inferno has a fantastic aesthetic to it. I find episode 2 quite forgettable. Obviously episode 1 and episode 3 have a huge contrast though, especially levels like Slough of Despair. As much as I hate that level, it's got a really interesting kind of natural rock formation look to it compared to episode 1, which is all very kind of regimented, well, the classic tech-based look. Deal with those guys. There's a cacodemon around there somewhere. There he is. What can I do? I'll switch to the rocket. There we go. Piece of cake. Now I recommend you destroy those barrels at the end there. You'll see why later on. First though, I'm going to switch to my chain gun. Take out some of these lost souls in front of the Baron Hell at the end there. Oh, this is not good. Let's get out of there. Come on, behind me. Where are the rest of those lost souls? All dead. Let's go to our rocket launcher and take out this guy. Oh, I'm out of rockets. Okay, fine. We'll go shotgun. Finish him. I think we can kill the Baron Hell with just about every weapon now. We even used the chainsaw. I haven't used the Berserk Fist, but I don't think I'll bother. We have the blue key, so we could progress, but we're not going to just yet. I'm going to move down to the end here. Pick up all this stuff. Switch to my plasma rifle for the next room. Step in here. That door's going to shut behind you, and once it's closed, there's no way of opening it just by pressing it. So you need to open this door. Quickly take out this tank demon here. Hit the switch, and now you can escape. Did I get... I think there was a crate of ammo underneath that Cacademon's corpse there. Now, like I said, you want to destroy those barrels here, because when you open it, there's going to be a bunch of imps here. Although you may dodge their fireballs, they're likely to ignite the barrels behind you. I'm going to go through the left door here. Take out these guys. Oh, I accidentally triggered the barrels. Never mind, no big deal. At the end of this room, on the left-hand side, there's a Cacademon here. And a partial invisibility, which will help us in this next room. Oh, that's close. I think I'm getting surrounded here because there's 2 Cacademons in here. It's fine. It's one down with, the other one hasn't woken up. Stick to the shotgun, we've got tons of ammo for it. All down. Oh, damn. Before we go into this room, make sure you've got the chain gun equipped. I've got a huge amount of ammo for it. Try and move in to pick up more of the bodies. As well. Not ideal for us. Let's go to our plasma rifles. Good choice here. So many enemies here. I want to deal with them quickly. Thankfully, a lot of them are just infantry, so they go down fairly quick. Behind this door, another lost soul, and at the back here, secret and another BFG. Let's hit that switch, head back on up, through this end door now. Let's go back to our shotgun here. Gonna trigger these barrels just to clear out the area. Another switch at the end here. Tons of rockets. I think it's a total of 30 rockets there. And some cells as well. Let's go to our rocket launcher for the next room. Them all dealt with. Pick up the goodies here. Make sure you open the door behind you before you open this door, so you can retreat mech if you're going to use the rocket launcher, that is. Alright, all dead. Now let's grab the soul sphere. We are done in this room, so let's head back on with the rest of the level. This area here at the end of the room is a door. And there's a double set of doors at the end here, and the trigger for them is not the most straightforward thing. First, I'm going to switch to the plasma rifle because I'm going to have to kill some things pretty quickly. If you step into the water here, and then I think step into that corner, both doors will open. I'm not really sure how it works. As soon as you come through here around the corner, an area behind you is going to open as well. Well, perhaps not. Okay, I'm not sure what the trigger for that is. I need to go back and look at it myself. First, I'm going to take care of the tips. Whatever the trigger is, you don't want it happening because it's going to release a ton of demons behind you. There it is. Maybe it's running, I don't know, between this grey area and the red area, and because I kind of stepped on it from the side. Oh, there's more guys now. Got these. Oh, and great, one of the doors just shut. Let's go on through. You guys have come from further in the level. Expected them to be there. Alright, they're all dead now. Let's move around. I can hear somebody still alert. We're almost max ammo for this. We'll stick to it for a while. All clear, and it looks like 4 doors, but there's no obvious way of opening them. Going up to them and pressing on them does nothing. But there's 8 switches here. The 2 you want to press are the ones facing you and around on the left-hand side. So hit that one first, which is going to open this door with the invulnerability. It's also going to give me a line of sight into this room ahead. So I'll fire some rockets through. Take out those guys. I'll leave the invulnerability where it is. Hit this switch, which is going to open the door. Let me get the yellow key. Let me move in here. Now let's do the same on the opposite side. Hit that switch first. which opens a red door, but nothing of interest there, so we're going to hit the other switch. First I'm going to have the shotgun out, and this is going to release several enemies into the room, as well as a couple from the left here, so be ready for that. Unfortunately, no window this time around. Thank you, shotgunner. Right, here is the yellow door, so let's head on through. Oh, and we got the red key. That's not very exciting. Let's instead get that invulnerability for the next room or two. I don't think we really need it, but whatever, we'll use it. This was probably a mistake, actually, because now I'm going to know when it is going to run out. Let's move in here and just start taking out some of these enemies. Now this area I'm in is actually a damaging floor area, so I don't want to hang around when the invulnerability runs out. On the right here. Just use the shotgun at point blank range. Okay, let's step off here. I got one of the cacodemons, and that's the second one down. Now to safely cross this area, we have the last secret of the level behind us. Let's pick that up, go on through, and we can now walk through here without any issues. Watch out for this brown hell. Let's go BFG. Oh god, sometimes they survive. I think you've got to be stepping closer. Another backpack there. Let's step out into the end. You don't want to run through that area straight into these two demons, straight into the face of another cacodemon, have a demon, another cacodemon, and a baron hell coming up behind you, because there's not a lot of room to maneuver in this area. Hit this switch to open the door behind you. Hit this switch to release another demon and pick up the mega armor. Now in the area below us are several demons. I'm just going to drop down this staircase here. I don't really see it very easily from up top, but it is there. We're very close to the end of this level now. And I have a horrible feeling I've missed a secret, but we'll find out in a second. Here we go then, the exit. One last cacodemon to block our way. Down he goes. And we are done with Mission 4, House of Pain. Come on, secrets. 100% kills, 100% items, and 100% secrets. Alright, awesome stuff. Way over the par time, as usual. Tomorrow I will be back at 6 o'clock for Mission 5, Unholy Cathedral, one of, in my opinion anyway, and I suspect a lot of other people too, one of the worst levels that there is in Doom. It's just, the way it's laid out, well, you'll find that tomorrow. Nothing makes sense. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't make sense. But either way, I hope you will join me tomorrow.